The story begins when Johnny wakes from a terrifying nightmare. In his dream, he sees a strange creature attacking his friend Kitty. Shaken by what he saw, Johnny grabs his bag and heads out to meet his friends for their graduation trip. The group arrives at a beautiful lake, planning to celebrate with swimming, boating, and a day of fun. Zach films everything, introducing each friend and capturing their dreams for the future. Soon, they find a hidden boat in the jungle, but Johnny can't shake the feeling that something is wrong. He gives Kitty a necklace, believing it will protect her from danger. She laughs off his warning and refuses to wear it. Before leaving, Johnny is stopped by Mr. Park, an elderly man who owns a boat on the lake. Hearing their plans, Mr. Park becomes serious and warns Johnny never to go too far into the lake or swim in certain areas. He tells him to keep his friends away from the dangerous waters and reminds him to keep the protective necklace close. Johnny doesn't take the warning seriously. The friends continue across the calm lake. Johnny suddenly notices something moving beneath the surface, but he convinces himself it was nothing. Soon, Matt announces it's time to swim. Kitty, Deborah, and Matt jump into the water despite Johnny's warnings. After Simon sets off fireworks, suddenly, the boat begins shaking. The group panics, only for Matt to reveal it was a prank. He joins back with Kitty and Deborah. Then the boat shakes again. This time, something huge is circling beneath them. Johnny spots the creature moving toward the swimmers, and everyone quickly pulls them back aboard. They try to scare the creature away, but when Simon drops a paddle and Deborah tries to get it again, the monster suddenly attacks, badly injuring her arm. The group races to shore, but the creature destroys one of their paddles, leaving them helpless. Zach then realizes Deborah has lost too much blood. Despite their efforts, she dies. Simon grabs their last paddle and swings at the creature when it gets close. The paddle suddenly breaks, but he doesn't give up. Grabbing the broken piece, he swings it again and strikes the animal. The hit lands, leaving the paddle stuck in its body. But now the group has no way to row the boat. Frightened and angry, everyone turns on Johnny. They accuse him of knowing about the creature and hiding the truth. Some even threaten to throw him into the water. Johnny insists he never knew what was waiting beneath the lake. He only had a bad feeling after his nightmare and Mr. Park's warning. He also mentions that although ancient people had told stories and myths about the creature, he never believed any of them. With no way to escape, the group decides to use Deborah's body as bait one final time. After saying a painful goodbye, they lower her into the lake. The creature quickly grabs her and disappears into the dark water. The others immediately push the boat with their hands, hoping to reach shore. Everyone helps except Zach, who keeps filming everything with his camera. But their hope disappears when Zach notices the creature has finished feeding and is already heading back. They throw their remaining food into the water, hoping to distract it, but the monster ignores the food and keeps coming. Desperate, someone suggests sacrificing one person so the others can survive. The group agrees to vote. Simon and Matt argue that they are the strongest and are needed to push the boat. Kitty begs to stay, explaining that she dreams of becoming a famous singer and still has a future she wants to achieve. Johnny remains silent. Then Zach blames him for Deborah's death, claiming Johnny should have warned them earlier. He also argues that his own dream of becoming a successful director makes his life more valuable. When the votes are counted, Johnny is chosen. Kitty votes for Zach, but everyone else votes against Johnny. Heartbroken, Johnny accepts their decision. Before entering the water, he promises Kitty that he will return for her. Surprisingly, Johnny swims toward the shore without being attacked. Inspired by this, the others push the boat as hard as they can. Meanwhile, Kitty and Zach argue about what they did to Johnny. Simon tells them to stop because the creature is still hunting them. Their shouting attracts it again. The group discovers a bag of fireworks and fires them toward the creature. The explosions scare it away, giving them a brief chance to breathe. But the boat is badly damaged. Cracks spread through the hull, and water begins flooding inside. With the boat sinking lower by the second, their situation becomes even more desperate. As the damaged boat sinks lower, Zach desperately insists there must be another way for everyone to survive. But the creature suddenly appears again, leaving the group with almost no options. The two brothers decide Zach must be sacrificed. Terrified, Zach begs them to stop, reminding them that his camera has recorded everything and warning that they will face serious consequences if they survive. When that fails, Zach reveals a shocking secret. He claims Kitty has secretly been involved with both brothers and says he has photos to prove it. Furious, Simon punches him and orders his brothers to throw Zach overboard. Zach quickly changes his argument, saying Kitty should be sacrificed instead because she isn't strong enough to help move the boat. But Matt refuses and calls for a vote. This time, everyone agrees that Zach must go. They force him into the lake, but Zach desperately clings to the boat. Simon keeps kicking his hands away until Zach finally loses his grip. As he swims away, he continues warning them about the evidence on his camera. Then the creature attacks. Zach is pulled beneath the surface, leaving only his arm and camera still floating nearby. Meanwhile, Johnny reaches the opposite shore. Looking back, he sees his friends are still trapped, so he finds a motorboat and turns around to rescue them. On the damaged boat, Matt remembers how Zach spent the trip recording their lives and dreams. But Simon reminds everyone that surviving is now their only priority. They throw unnecessary items overboard to make the boat lighter. While searching Johnny's bag, they discover a small hatchet. They decide to use it against the creature by luring it close. When the monster attacks again, it repeatedly crashes into the boat, making it harder to fight back. Finally, Kitty gets her chance and strikes its head several times with the hatchet. The creature retreats, giving everyone hope that they can survive. Soon, they spot another boat approaching. It's Johnny returning to save them. Everyone is relieved, but Simon secretly tells Matt they should attack Johnny when he gets close. Johnny, however, keeps his distance. He reminds them that they forced him into the lake and refuses to let them onto his boat. Instead, he throws them a rope and agrees to tow their damaged boat to shore, warning that he'll tell the police everything if they try anything. The survivors grab the rope, and Johnny starts towing them toward land. Suddenly, the creature rams Johnny's boat. The impact knocks him down, and the towing rope wraps tightly around his neck. As Johnny struggles, Kitty grabs the hatchet to cut him free. But before she can act, Simon stops her and threatens her life. As the rope tightens, Johnny eventually loses consciousness. At the same time, Simon and Matt pull his boat closer. With this, the creature strikes again and capsizes Johnny's boat. Johnny falls into the lake, and the rope gets caught in one of the motor's blades, causing it to snap under the pressure. Moments later, Matt sees the creature swimming toward Johnny. But strangely, it passes him without attacking. Realizing they can no longer depend on Johnny, the survivors tear wooden seats from the damaged boat and use them as makeshift paddles. As they row, Simon confronts Matt about betraying his trust. Their argument grows worse, and Simon suggests one final vote. He believes sacrificing another person could distract the creature and give the others time to escape. Kitty realizes she may be the next victim. When she spots the monster approaching, she begs the brothers to stop fighting. Instead, they suddenly grab her and throw her into the lake. Kitty desperately tries to climb back aboard, but Simon repeatedly swings the hatchet at her hands. With no other choice, she dives underwater and swims away. Simon then asks Matt if they should abandon the boat and swim to shore. Matt ignores him, causing Simon to attack. The brothers struggle and fall into the lake. Matt instinctively tries to help Simon, but Simon sees the creature approaching. Without hesitation, he pushes his own brother toward the monster and swims away. The creature attacks Matt while Simon escapes toward shore. Meanwhile, Kitty reaches Johnny's capsized boat and pulls herself aboard. She soon spots Johnny's unconscious body nearby. She pulls him closer, takes the protective necklace he once gave her, and lets his body drift away. The creature soon reaches Johnny and drags him beneath the water. Kitty then dives back in and swims toward shore. Simon also reaches land and sees Kitty waiting there. Realizing she witnessed everything he did, he decides to silence her. Pretending to care, he tells Kitty that he loves her and kisses her. Exhausted, she is too weak to fight back. Simon then uses Johnny's necklace to strangle Kitty, coldly telling her she will never leave the island alive. Suddenly, a bright light appears behind him. Simon turns and finds Mr. Park standing there. Simon quickly claims that everyone else, including his own brother, died and that he is the only survivor. Mr. Park listens carefully, then asks one question. Where is Johnny? Simon is left speechless. Still trying to cover up the truth, Simon insists that Johnny is dead and says that no one else survived the nightmare on the lake. But Mr. Park isn't convinced. He calmly tells Simon that he already knows he's lying. Johnny wasn't just someone he knew, he had been like family to him. They had known each other since childhood, and Mr. Park trusted him more than anyone. Mr. Park then reveals that he found Zach's camera. After watching the recordings, he discovered the truth about everything that happened on the lake and knows exactly what Simon did to the others. Realizing there is no way to hide the truth anymore, Simon desperately begs Mr. Park to spare his life. Mr. Park calmly tells him that he has shown nothing but cruelty and betrayal. He also explains that if the case were handed over to the authorities, Simon's wealthy father might be able to protect him from facing the full consequences of his actions. Because of that, Mr. Park has decided that Simon will face a different kind of justice. Giving Simon one last chance, Mr. Park tells him to go back to the lake and trust his luck if he truly believes he deserves to survive. Simon refuses immediately. Knowing the creature is still somewhere beneath the water, he turns and tries to run instead. Mr. Park raises his weapon and fires. One shot hits Simon in the leg, sending him crashing to the ground. Crying out in pain, Simon desperately calls for help. The loud gunshot and Simon's screams echo across the lake, drawing the creature back once again. Within moments, the monster bursts from the water, drags Simon beneath the surface, and he meets the same fate as the others. When everything finally falls silent, Mr. Park takes one last look across the lake and walks away. A moment later, Johnny's protective necklace is seen floating on the surface of the water. And with that, the story comes to an end. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.